going to look at is the rate of drying of foodstuff can be affected by the following factors. Once you dry them, what are the things that can affect these foodstuff is what we need to see. 1. The amount of surface area of the foodstuffs exposed to the dry air or heat. If the surface that you expose this food is very limited, it can easily be affected by this. You discover the foodstuff will not dry very well because of the limited surface. But once the surface is very wide, the foodstuff can dry very well because of the time and the area that this foodstuff has covered. 2. The physical properties of the drying environment. What are the properties of this drying environment? So it also needs to be considered. Sometimes in an environment it has shade. It's not only direct sun. So these physical properties can affect your drying methods. 3. The physical and chemical properties of the foodstuff. Some foodstuff have very good property that can easily dry easily, while some do not have. And the 4th one, the method of arrangement of the foodstuff on the drying material. For example, your tray, your mat, your concrete floor, in relation to the heat source or medium. Once it is tray, something that you put in a tray and something that you put, spread it on the mat, you discover the drying will be different. Then once you spread it on the floor, the drying also differs. So the surface, the physical and the surface arrangement of those foodstuff really matters. And the 5th one, the efficiency of the drying equipment. How efficient, how quick it is, how low it is. Some can pick very fast. Let's take for example the oven that you are using. It can dry your anything very fast. The roller drying also, it dries very fast and quick. So the method or the equipment is very, very important. In this drying, we have the low temperature and then the high temperature treatment. There's some foods that treat well on the low temperature, while some on the high temperature. The low temperature treatment. What is this low temperature? Some microorganisms at the lowest temperature, they don't act. Well, once the temperature is high, they act very well. So if you discover this type of foods that you want to preserve, those microorganisms that may easily affect this food are likely to be affected by low temperature, then you should use low temperature. This is keeping food for a low temperature by freezing below 100% centigrade in the freezer and chilling in a higher temperature. In the refrigerator, for example, your fish, your meat, your milk, your fruits, vegetables, when they are in the low temperature, they act very well and they can keep very well. But once you put them in the high temperature, they can easily spoil. And all those microorganisms and enzymes can affect them easily. 2. The high temperature treatment is the application of the heat to the food stuff, and so to destroy the food enzyme and microorganism. So they need very high temperature, not low. Remember, low is below 0 degrees centigrade. When the high, it should be very high. And we have different high temperature that you can use. One of the temperature that can be used under this high temperature is what we call pasteurization. Pasteurization method is to destroy only the microorganism with minimal effect, and nutritional properties of the food is usually there. Usually the temperature should be below 100 degrees centigrade. For example, like milk, you can use it for pasteurization. Then secondly, sterilization. To destroy all the microorganisms present in the foodstuff at a very high temperature, like your tomato puree, your canned meats and fish. They don't need low, they need high temperature. And the next one under this high temperature that you can easily use is by blanching to kill the insects inside and the pathogens that has been affecting this food. So inside boiling water, you just use you put water. That's if you're using blanching. Put water, and once you put water, it has been heated at least for 50 to 70 degrees centigrade. Add your foodstuff like vegetables. Once you add your foodstuff inside, the only thing that you allow it 3 to 5 minutes. After that 3 to 5 minutes, you sieve it. Use your sieve to sieve it, or you turn it inside. But in that 3 to 5 minutes, make sure you turn it before the end of that time. Then you turn it inside your sieve, strain it. After it has been strained, you can now use it. All the insects and the microorganisms that are in that vegetable, they will not be active again, and your food is safe to consume. You have really preserved your food. Thank you. Stay safe, stay connected. Watch out, before weekend you get your note. Make sure you do your assignment and you do your quizzes once you see them, and be obedient to your parents.